come to order. I unhesitatingly scheduled this special meeting of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in response to the written request under Rule 3 of the Rules of the Committee on Foreign Relations sent to me by Senators Lugar, Biden, Gordon Smith, and Kerry. Mr. Kerry of Massachusetts, I might add. Rule 3 authorizes Senator Lugar and his supporters to request a meeting, but Rule 3 does not provide that they can place any further restrictions on the agenda or the meeting or the procedures to be followed at the meeting. Now, I have asked the distinguished Senate parliamentarian, Mr. Robert Dove, to come here today should any questions arise regarding Senate rules and procedures, and we thank you, Bob, for coming. Throughout the past several weeks, the news media have created a circus atmosphere of this matter. I was thinking that maybe if we had a larger space, we could trot two or three elephants in, and then a couple of donkeys. And
well, let's leave the donkeys out,
yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
But I tell you, I've never seen such a barrage of misstatements of fact or such a collection of idle speculation, mostly erroneous, but published as fact. For example, the suggestion by editors and reporters who saw no point in their going to the trouble of checking the facts produced the allegation that my declining to schedule a hearing on the Weld nomination is unprecedented and that it is a rare departure from common Senate practice and procedure. Well, of course, anybody who knows anything about the Senate knows that nothing could be further from the truth, which I feel should be presented for the record in some detail, and I'll do that. Therefore, the sole purpose of this meeting will be to discuss the history of countless failed nominations in the past 10 years, which were denied hearings by the chairman or the ranking member. It is a somewhat lengthy history, and since Senator Lugar has exercised his right, and properly so, to try to force my hand, I feel obliged to make a matter of record specific instances that could have been easily obtained by anybody in the news media. But as far as I know, not one of you tried. But before I begin, I shall recognize the distinguished ranking member, Senator Biden, for what he has indicated to me will be brief remarks. I have enormous respect for Senator Biden.
I appreciate that, Senator. And let me make it real clear. Oh, I beg your pardon.
While we do not always agree, we have agreed to disagree agreeably, and as a result, we have had this year a close working relationship, perhaps closer and more successfully than either of us expected at the outset. We have moved nominations through this committee at a record pace. In fact, it has been acknowledged by both Senate Minority Leader Daschle and by Secretary of State Madeleine Albright that the Foreign Relations Committee this year has the best record in the Senate in this regard. We have also managed to find common ground on public policy matters, including an historic bipartisan bill to reform both the United Nations and the United States foreign affairs apparatus. Needless to say, I haven't gotten everything I wanted, and neither has Senator Biden. But by working together in an effective and bipartisan manner, I believe this Foreign Relations Committee, as a former Secretary of State asserted publicly recently, this Foreign Relations Committee is relevant again for the first time in years. I now turn to the distinguished ranking member, Senator Biden.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I want to make it clear that there's no one thing that is sufficiently consequence that is going to alter that relationship, because there's a lot more on the agenda. We have things like the test ban treaty you and I disagree on, and a lot of other things of consequence. But I want to make it clear to my colleagues why I'm only speaking briefly. I agreed to only speak briefly because the truth of the matter is the chairman could, and within his rights, he could just stay here and speak if he wanted to. If I was going to speak a long time, since we're probably going to have someone suggest that we can no longer meet after 12 o'clock, I would not have an opportunity to speak, although he would have given me the right to do that almost no matter what. But having said that,